and I'll do all this stuff to get you set up, sir.
Hello, survivors, and welcome to RSG and the Bunker on Friday night. We're here to talk about State of Survival. We have my good friend Mako from 125, Durgan from 359, and then Finn is in the corner here. He's going to be in and out a bit. Finn actually is driving. It's dedication for you right there. I told him not to join the stream, but he's going to drive. And show us support and chime in on the new updates and stuff like that. So if you see a weird guy in the car, all dark, ghost face, like it's Finn driving, but he's got his earbuds in and he's going to be listening and talking and chiming in occasionally. But we're going to...
Hey. I resent being called weird. I prefer pleasantly abnormal.
The pleasantly abnormal guy in the corner that's going to be driving and listening to the stream.
And it's not me this time.
Finn is in 359 as well. So I think Mako and I are only ones in 125, and then Durgan and Finn are 359. Durgan and I are playing noobs tonight. Well, Durgan always plays a noob.
I'm pretty much a noob every day.
Yeah, we're playing noobs tonight because I have been so busy at work. We have been insanely busy at New Hanover. And I just said my hospital's name. What in the world is wrong with me? What in the world is wrong with me? Anyway, at my hospital, we no, this is just a little rum in this Coke. I'm not drunk yet. But we've been doing really long shifts, and I've just been crazy busy. And Mako can tell you, I've barely logged on at all in the last, I would say, 2 weeks. So I'm kind of lost with all of the update stuff, the traps, everything going on. I am just so lost with everything. So Mako here is going to be my guide. Mako and Finn are going to really explain the trap guide to me, what's going on with that, the new updates, anything that I'm missing, because I'm reading stuff, but I know, as we all know, there's lots of stuff that are behind between the lines of what they give us to what's going on. So yay for Mako being here and Finn chiming in and Durgan being my noob support. Delete, I know that we were missing a familiar face. Delete is actually on vacation. This is the first stream he's ever missed, and I have a sneaking suspicion. I don't say suspicion that Delete is probably listening or watching or sneaking a little tune in. So we may see him in chat. I don't know, but I hope he's enjoying his vacation. He definitely deserves it. When we miss him, we'll see him next week. But I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's in chat. Sir Loki, hi, sweetie. Nathan, hey, Nathan H. Eric B. Sagittarius, she's in 359. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. And then thank Kyrell with a $2 donation. What's up, McVenom? I've missed you. I missed you guys too. We had last week off. I feel like I haven't been here in weeks. And honestly, in December, I won't be here very much in December. We've got so many things going on in December, but Finn is actually going to take over the stream for next week. So you boys will probably be back. Mako, if you want to join in, feel free. You and Finn would have a little nerd fest going on probably. Hello, Zoltan. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to pull up my little 5K viewer here, and I'm going to show what I know of the updates right now. Here we go. This is the update. Am I on the right update, Mako? Is it 1.9.70?
I believe so.
Okay. See, this is how bad I am. I don't even know what update we're on right now because I feel like there was another update when I was out of the loop as well.
But the last stream 2 weeks ago was about update 1.9.6, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Do you even play the game anymore, McVenom?
I honestly haven't played it, and I log in, I do my little dailies, I do my donations, and I send out to farm. And I do my upgrades, and that's really all I've had the time to do lately. So yeah, I'm kind of lost. Bad as you are, Durgan. You probably play the game more than I do.
That's
right now.
Terrible. That's pretty bad. If I play more than you do.
It is bad. It is bad. Poor Mako having to be the sole trap bearing bad news bearing guy. Its whole alliance is mad at him right now because Trip Mako has been adjusting the trap times to make it more suitable for everybody, and like he's getting so much slack for it, and we appreciate you though. Okay, so 1.9.70, the update content for version is as follows. They have the complete daily task during the event to get points. Daily tasks will be refreshed every day. Why is this in here, Mako? I thought we already had this.
Yes. So I believe it's for the Reservoir League is what it actually is, because there's daily tests in the Reservoir League, and there's weekly quests as well that you can get. And they give you a new currency that also they've got a new store in Reservoir League. You can buy stuff like it. And there's speed ups and chief gear parts, but not designs, I don't believe.
So I'm gonna just take these one by one and go through the Reservoir League. So I'm showing on screen too. I know that Mako and Durgan, you guys can't see it unless you have the stream pulled up, but I'm showing what you're talking about. So the events, when they say the daily missions, that's what they're talking about.
Yep, up there in the top right.
Yeah.
There's the little trophy case. Daily missions and then weekly missions are next. Mm-hmm. And then the different tabs on the left there are for the different progressions for the Reservoir League. And I think the bottom tab is actually the store.
Mm-hmm. Which it does have the medals, and it has, what else? It has the glue. It has what else?
Badge tags.
Yeah, the badge tags. It has the toolbox. I call it the toolbox. No, I don't know what it's called. What's the official term for it?
I don't think they ever gave us one.
I just call it the toolbox. Alloy, and then you have some gear parts, and then of course speed ups and your EXP. So that's not bad. I wish they would put some like tactical gear in there would be cool, like really, but make it expensive, of course, but that would be great to have that in there. Now, do these coins roll over? Do we know if these roll?
I don't know yet, but they have like those different tabs over the middle two. The one is for the knockout round, and then the third one, the trophy, is actually for like the Champions League or whatever, like the final rounds. So if you don't make it out of your qualification, you don't get to open those stores.
Oh, what is the dice one that says the playoffs have not started yet? Please stay tuned. So that's going to be during playoffs where you can gamble.
Yep. So right now, Reservoir League, we've got our first one this Sunday. It's basically a 6-team round robin. So the top 2 from those 6 move on to the qualifying stage, which is that second tab there. And I'm assuming once that starts in a month, that tab will open up and it'll be a whole new store with, I'm assuming, better stuff to buy. And then the final one is just for like the final 16 or the Sweet 16, whatever it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure that's the store that'll probably have your Chief Gear designs and your Hero Gear designs and stuff that's actually really good. But yeah, you have to make it out of your qualifying, and we're looking at our match for Sunday, and it's going to be a tough one. We might start off 0-1 and lost.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how that's going to show up in this event, like how that's going to make it to where some things won't open for us, or I mean, I don't know how that's going to look. I have to say, though, I really do like the setup of this. It's kind of neat. It's visually appealing. It's easy to like go through the tabs, and there's a lot of stuff to do in it. Like, I'm a big fan of like, if you're going to have an event, I want to have like different things to look at and figure out. And I think it's cool that they have so many different aspects of it. I want to know what other people that aren't in it. So we're not in it. This is my 359 account, and we're not in Reservoir League, are we, Finn? No. So we can see this stuff, but does that mean that some of these other things won't open? Is there going to be still things for us to do in those other tabs after, even if we're not in Reservoir League? What does that mean?
We have our regular Reservoir raid.
Yeah.
We had the option to gamble, so I'm not sure exactly how this plays out for us. We could have gambled. The gamble store was open for us, but we weren't in there, so I'm not exactly sure how it plays out for us.
Yeah. Oh, and see, I
don't know if that applies to that also now, to just regular Reservoir raid for this one, and maybe moving forward.
And I like how they show the schedule too. Even though we're not in it, we can still see the schedule of who's getting matched up and things like that. That's really neat. Almost like they're doing it like a legit tournament and for all the states to kind of look at and watch. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I didn't really read into it a whole lot, but I know, like Finn was saying, there's that gambling piece. I think everybody who wasn't in it can bet on who they think is going to win. I think that's what that piece is. But I wasn't reading a whole lot into it because I'm normally not in Reservoir Raid right now, so.
So this could be a fun thing for streamers to do, for content creators, for anybody wanting to really just kind of like do some like having bets and set up similar to what Finn, like they do in GAC in Galaxy of Heroes. Couldn't they do something like that where you're like actually going through the tournament and showing some of it? But then we have so much strategy that goes through, though. I'm kind of worried about that being revealed, but
I'm not entirely certain how the betting stuff is going to work. There's nothing like that in Galaxy of Heroes or GAC. I mean, you set your defenses, your offense, and then you kind of fight, right? And they have the tournament style. There's nothing that really allows for gambling. And again, I'm not entirely certain how the Reservoir League gambling works, but the concern always is effectively you can fix it, right?
yeah.
Like collectively, you have everyone bet on one particular state, and depending on what the payouts are, like you can just get everyone to win. So I don't know what the gambling entails here, so it's hard for me to say whether or not this is good, bad, what's going on with it.
Finn,
are you driving right now?
I am driving.
he said he is driving.
I thought this is like
I'm supporting Fanny though.
like one of those weird things where they give you free food at the drive-thru.
Thank you for the coffee. There's
I know,
Mr. Maybe.
I'm driving and you get drive-through coffee. It's just like it's
I'm
just
so
coffee.
spoiled. It brought me, we were streaming Don't Starve, and I got apple pie and ice cream and coffee brought up to me, and it was just like eating while playing games.
Not right.
Man, I need to come play with that over there. That's
Yeah. Come on. We'll set up a whole streaming room for all of us. It'll be fun. It'll be fun,
man,
they say.
DST.
Yeah, I think it's a cool setup, and I think if this is the release of it, so far it looks good. Now, I mean, obviously we haven't all played it yet, so we'll know more next week when you guys talk about it more, but I think it's a cool beginning at the very least. Like, we'll have to see how it plays out, but I like it.
I see Eric mentioned in chat that if you lose 2 in League, you go back to normal Reservoir Raid. From what I've read is you automatically get your 3 because it's a round robin tournament. And if you have the lowest point, if you have the top 2, if you're the top 2 alliances in points after the round robin, you get to advance. The rest of you will probably go back. So you're guaranteed at least 3 matches in Reservoir League.
Oh.
But if you don't do well in those 3 and you don't get enough points, then you're booted back to just regular RR.
Gotcha. It's honestly, it's kind of confusing to me, the whole matchups and then like how they're progressing and who gets matched up with when. But I think it's cool. I overall like the idea. I wanted to give some quick shout outs. There's some more people that joined. Let's see, Costas. He's quite active on our State of Survival on our RSG channel. So I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm going to try to get to some of these little questions here and statements in a bit. Avito, Leo. Yeah, Leo said if you look at the coins, it's betting coins. I think you had said that. Durgan, of course, is in there. Froggy IP wants coffee. Come hang out and you'll get some. And then Sir Loki said, need to tell your man to buy you some mani-pedis. Come on, girl. Loki always picks on me when I don't have my manicure going, but I've been doing, I worked in what we call short term, where I'm doing a lot of port accessing and doing transfusions and stuff, and they won't let me have long nails. It's not good, so I had to take them off. Oh well. Yeah, so that's Reservoir League. What was the other? Let me get back here. I'm trying to stay kind of like focused on what we're doing. Oh, let me give the first code out. I had redeemed my codes, and that reminded me. The first code, guys, tonight is 20K. So, and this is a throw, I guess the devs are throwing off to Nikki, because in 359 and in Law, actually, she does it in Law too. She's always the one that's shouting out how many goes to headquarters and Horde and how many that we're supposed to send. and she gets furious when someone doesn't pay attention to what she's saying, and she'll say like, okay, everybody send 60K, and everybody, it's Finn, Durgan, Delete are always constantly going 20K. Did you say 20K? And she gets furious, like absolutely furious. So
She gets mad? I never noticed that.
yeah, have you met Nikki? Okay, so that's the gift code. Now, please don't share this in any stream, in any Discords or in your stuff right now. It's only for you guys. We want to make sure everybody in the stream that's live right now gets these codes. After the stream's over, if you want to share them, share away. I just want to make sure everyone that's here and watching gets them, because it's very limited amount of codes. They usually only give enough for just what we have in here. Hey, Crazy, what's up? So that's the first code. It's 20K. Get your code. I'll go back over all of them at the end of the stream too. I've got 2 more that I'll release. Mako, Durgan, Finn. Don't let me forget to put out the other codes later.
Don't forget to put out the other codes later.
Okay. So the next issue was the influencer trap. And actually, I want to save that one for last, because that one's the most fun thing that we're going to talk about later. We're going to talk about the influencer trap because I actually love it. So we'll talk about that. The other one says extra buffs. Oh, this is mostly all about the influencer trap. The other thing is the optimizations, new rankings and reward tag, and the Alliance donation interface where you can view the current ranking and rewards details. I didn't even notice this. Where did I see it at?
It's your daily donations.
Where is my daily donation?
So the Alliance Tech donations.
There we go. Here we go. Oh, right here. Is that what it is? You can't see what I'm talking about. So it's the this week, that's where it goes today, this week in history.
Yep.
So what did
now,
they change?
Instead of doing weekly donations as rankings, it's daily. So every day the rankings reset.
Oh, okay. I kept thinking, why do I keep seeing this red bubble come up? Oh, duh. Okay. And you get bios. Have we always gotten bios?
Only if you rank the highest in the week. Now it's if you can rank the highest in daily. So it actually helps if you can save your 25 donations right after reset. It automatically jumps you up into first place.
Yeah. That's a good thing, right? We're thinking this is a good thing. I mean, especially as a...
Yesterday I took third, so
yeah.
I think I got 100 bio caps from it.
So this could be good if you're consistent with it. I'm sure that you and Finn will figure out some way to get like mathematically like the optimal time to donate and how much you can get off of it in a month.
Well, I know it refreshes one donation every 10 minutes, so
yeah,
maybe 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes it refreshes.
Oh my gosh, I'm bored with the math already. Okay, so the next thing is rewards for okay, that's it. Will be sent via in-game mail every day or week according to the Alliance Tech donation, and we hope you enjoy the improvements. So that's all that was in here other than the trap, and we'll go over the trap in just a little bit. But the other thing is Eric B said, are we going to talk about the Gen 7 heroes? So have you guys heard about the Gen 7 heroes coming out?
I've never even heard of the Gen 2 or 3 heroes. What's...
Durgan, you probably are playing with Gen 2 and 3s.
Probably. I don't... I just like unlock them and, oh, they look cool. I'll try that out.
So I wish I had a visual for you guys, but I looked for a second at the Gen 5. I'm not the Gen 5, the Gen 7 heroes. Technically, they're Gen 6, right? Because they replaced Gen 5 heroes.
Yeah.
So they're calling them Gen 6, but they're actually Gen 7 if you go and buy release set.
Well, aren't they... They should be Gen 6, I believe, because Gen 4 was Zach, Ernie, and Jarrett, and then Gen 5 was the Hero Exchange, which is Julie, Tyler, and Amelia.
So, yeah, so Gen 7, I don't know where he got 7 from, so it should be 5 and 6, or 5 and Gen 5 or Gen 6, right?
Yeah, these new ones coming out should be Gen 6, I believe.
Okay. So, and I'm looking at a picture of them right now.
Yeah, I know this next State B State, which starts on Sunday, the new heroes are the rewards.
Oh, I lost my picture of them. What are their names again? Do you know?
Let me pull up Discord quick.
I had a picture saved on Discord. I was going to try to post it, but Finn's not here to help me coach me through how do I get a photo up there temporarily. So, Leo, I just need to get Leo on the stream one day. He always comes in with like all this information, and I'm always like, Leo, what is this? What is that? I just need to get him on the stream with us.
Really quick, McVenom. When you were talking about optimization, there was one optimization that they did that I'm not a fan of. I don't know if people noticed it. In your alliance log, in the battle tab, they now include your alliance showdown resource.
What?
Which is really odd and something I wouldn't want in there, because I would rather see, like, it takes up a spot of seeing whether you were attacked, whether somebody from your alliance was attacking. They now show alliance showdown in the battle tab.
You mean in the war tab?
I'm not entirely sure why. If you manage and you go to your log in the battle tab, you'll see alliance showdown.
Oh, manage and log. Gotcha.
Yeah. So normally it just used to show like whether or not somebody from your alliance was hit, whether you hit someone, right? And you could track everything that way. Now you're losing spots to alliance the showdown, and I don't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because it doesn't have an infinite scroll, so you only get a certain amount of like.
Exactly. So it was just one of those things where it's like I don't understand why they put it there. Like I don't recall everyone being like, I need to see who I faced as a log in Alliance Showdown. Like that just, you win, you lose, you have the results for that time, and you're done with it. So it was kind of an odd and maybe one of those like unnecessary changes that they added that I don't think is a good one. So I just wanted to mention that because I didn't remember reading that in the patch notes, but I saw that when I was kind of doing my regular checks through different things in the Alliance, and I saw that.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. I wonder why they're doing that. I guess because they consider it a battle or a war, but it's not really, so it shouldn't be in there, I wouldn't think.
I don't know, but that Affinity guy's taking a lot of people.
Yeah, Affinity, that's what I was looking at. Affinity, who you farming, Affinity? Jeez.
Yeah, it's kind of bullying a little bit.
Okay, anything else you noticed in there? Finn?
No, I think those are the main things, and then everything associated with the trap, which I know we haven't started yet, but yeah, that was the main stuff.
Okay, what were we talking about before you said that?
Those new heroes. So you're looking at the
Leo said that the new ones are Gen 5 and devs call them S5.
Season 5. Yeah, they call them Season 5 heroes.
Yeah, I do need to check Facebook.
Tweak is going to be the new hunter hero, I believe, or a new soldier hero. Is going to be the state of survival and a state versus state reward. Then you've got
what is he? A survival? What kind of hero is he?
He's going to replace like Zoe and Jarrett.
Is he
Tyler.
What is he? A punchy, stabby?
Shooty for Finn.
Shooty
is a soldier.
Why do they always? Don't they always do shooty ones?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a soldier hero to be the raised place hero because that's how I get all my good heroes.
Yeah.
But
again, the infantry heroes are the punchies. Punchies are the infantry.
So brawlers are the punchies, scouts are the stabbies, and soldiers are the shooties.
I wonder why do you think they do that intentionally to keep only one type of hero in there, just so that you have to buy the other ones to make your set?
It's a very high possibility.
Interesting. Okay, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
And then, let me just double check this quick. It's in a different language, so I'm trying to. Oh, sorry, I take that back. Tweak is going to be the stabby hero, the scout.
Gotcha.
So it's going to take the place of Julie or Zach, if you still have Zach. That's going to be your survival of the fittest in state versus state. Your vouchers is going to be the shooty hero, which is Roxy the soldier. And that one, everybody says Roxy's character looks pretty badass. The new tank brawler is going to be Emma and Eli, and that's going to be the raised place hero this go around. So.
Gotcha. Everybody's saying that the Rider hero is SVS reward. Roxy is Hunter, Emma and Eli is infantry, and Rider Tweak is Rider.
Yep.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Tweak is going to be that scout hero. So it's going to take like Maddie and Frank, Jane, Ghost. That's kind of hero, and that's the SVS survival of the fittest reward.
So are you, from what you've seen, are you looking forward to these heroes, or do you think they're kind of like just the next? I mean,
from what I've heard, is they're gonna blow Gen 5 out of the water.
Just like Gen 5 blew Gen, what was it, 3 or Gen 4 out of the water? Gen 3.
Yeah.
And then
that's the rumor I've heard, is that they're gonna be significantly stronger than what we have now.
I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. Like, I'm just now, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I understand that everybody is, like, maxed at this point, and they want new heroes because they want to be able to play, you know, like, look at Delete and stuff like that. When they're maxed, they want new heroes to play with. But for everybody else, it's, like, just trying to catch up and get their old heroes maxed, nowhere near getting maxed with them. It's kind of just another whole... And Durgan, you're familiar with this with Galaxy of Heroes, like having to, like, the goalposts constantly is shifting and pushed back further and further.
Yeah. So you're saying the Gen 1 and 2 I still use might have a chance against the new ones?
Sure.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I just put my mic on the bench like 3 weeks ago, so.
I mean,
I
Mike's still good, useful for missions and stuff, though, right?
Yep.
I mean...
Hey, I just unlocked the guy with the tiger. That's progress, I think, maybe.
Who was that? Wait a minute.
That's Basil. Or Basil.
Oh, yeah, Basil.
Did
and
you
the
say
tiger.
the girl with the tiger?
No, the tiger guy. Tiger person.
I don't know anybody uses Basil.
Well, great. Just crush my dreams. That's okay.
Just saying. I mean, I still, Finn, do you still, who did you replace, Mako, I'm sorry, who did you replace Mike with? Who you
I finally got Zoe up to 2 stars, so level 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, level 60. So I've got Zoe, Ash, and Julie Garcia as my starting 3 right now.
Yeah.
But I will have the new shooty hero. I will get that with the vouchers, and I've got 277 general fragments that are just gonna get boosted.
Nice.
And then I always use raise place to get that hero up to 60 just super fast. So I'll have the new infantry hero and the shooty hero, and then survival of the fittest will just be meh.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, Durgan, what you were saying is like, yeah, the top. What is it? The top 20% in each state is going to have the new heroes. They're going to get it out. They're going to all get them matched or whatever. But for the level that we are in 359, I think if you still work on the previous generation heroes, they're still good, and they'll still be good in things that you're going to use, that we would use them for. If we're not in that top 10 alliance that we have to really have a super competitive edge to us, I don't think we have to worry about that so much. That's one thing I love about 359, not so much pressure to do it. And then as far as I go in law in 125, I don't need them if Delete has them. I mean, to be honest.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, there's a chance to still play. There's not a chance to be number 1, but there's still a chance to play and have a good time. Look at us.
Okay.
We're still doing it. Let's see. What makes these heroes better than the previous generation? Hey, Apex Predator. Good to see you. I just because all the stats. I'm assuming all the stats are a little bit better for all of these heroes than they were just like the other set.
Yeah, I haven't heard much. I just got a diagram that was sent in. Their base attack, defense, and health stats are already better than everybody else's.
The base.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at skills here. So settlement troop health, settlement troop lethality, settlement troop attack. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure their skills are better. I haven't seen anything informational wise about them. I just know that they're coming and which events they're going to be in. So,
Finn, did you play in the beta? They weren't released in the beta, were they? No. What did you get?
Not that I can recall. I was only in there for a little while, but not that I can recall.
Did you get anything good out of the beta? Any good information as far as like what's going on that we can expect?
I joined too late into it. By the time I joined, I only had like a few hours left because I missed like 2 days because I was out. So I signed up, and by that time it was like an hour or something left. So I didn't get a good shot at the beta this time.
Wait a minute. Leo said it's 100% attack defense from Gen 4. Is he meaning 100% attack increase?
I'm guessing so.
What?
King says they seem to have the same power increase as T3 to T4, which was a pretty
big jump.
Yeah.
Wow. So is it going to be the same situation where like even at level at level 50, you know what I'm saying, that we're seeing them better than our maxed?
It's possible.
So this is always my dilemma. Do I keep running the course to try to max these other ones out? Or not max them out. I don't need them max, but get them as high a good playable level. Or do I go ahead and switch all my efforts into trying to get the new? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a spender or a dolphin spender, what's the best strategy in this situation? Do you go ahead and automatically push everything into the new ones?
Really quick. So McVenom, you keep on saying like level 50 and stuff, right? You're not talking about level, right? You're talking about the rank. I just want to make sure.
I meant the rank. Getting your rank up to where you can get them to level 50 or whatever. In our older states, we needed to level them up as well. We didn't have
Yeah,
Academy.
But the leveling only affects just those regular defense, health, those like base stats, but all the percentages and stuff are from the rank. So it really depends on how quickly you can rank them up if you save those general frags and all those kind of things. Just wanted to make sure it was there. I know you mentioned them.
Yeah, but as like somebody who like Mako, you use the general frags, right, to get all yours leveled up.
Most time, yeah.
So do you use and try to get yours leveled up with what you're currently working with, or are you going to save them and put them all towards the new ones?
I saved mine up for now. Like I said, I've got 277 that I'm just going to bust on some new heroes because I talked with Delete right when Gen 4 kind of came out, or Gen 5 kind of came out, and I was like, I've got enough to get Zoe up to like, I think it's Major or something, which is level 50 in the old states. Or should I wait until the new Gen heroes come out? And he said, just wait till the new Gen heroes come out. So I always pick one or two heroes to focus on. I will get, like, I'll do enough in Survival of the Fittest to get the 10 Gen fragments to unlock that hero. And then I'll just level that one up as I get them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll take Ray's place and the vouchers. I'll pick one hero out of there and I'll just boost them up. Like, I've been focusing Zoe a lot on the voucher tags.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've got her up to 2-star now. But Ray's place is easy gen frags. Even if you just go to, I go up to 35.
Yeah, that's what I do.
3 crates or whatever, and it gives you 20 or 30, 10. Gives you 35 fragments every time guaranteed, plus whatever you get in the roulette wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Zach up to 2 stars and level 60, like 5 raise places in. So
yeah, I always seem to go up to around 35 because then you get. You're right. I think that's the 3 crate one, right? That unlocks the 3 crates, and there's a lot of frags in that. And if you're saving up your bios for that,
I'm pretty sure it goes 5, 15, and then 30 fragments in those crates just alone. And usually you get 1 or 2 fragments from the roulette wheel too.
Dolphin Spenders, Leo says, Dolphin Spenders should focus on getting legendary heroes to 70, as making general needs lots of money, and with 70 they can be competitive in each event. As he means 3 stars, right? At 70, you need 3 stars. Yeah. Yeah, that's mostly always my goal is 3 stars, because the general doesn't really matter as much, right? I mean, does it really make that much of a difference as far as stat wise when you get it to 80?
Not that I've really seen, and it takes so much to level them to 80 anyways. It's kind of unless you have the books to use, it's kind of a waste.
Well, this is the disadvantage of that being in a new state or being in an older state. We have the academy in a newer state. And which is honestly, it's so much better to have the academy, and then you can really focus your books into only your 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you pop your other heroes in the academy, and you have that max level of whatever you focused on. So, I mean, it does make a big difference, the academy. So I really do hope they move that to the newer states. I don't know if they ever will. Finn, do you think they ever will? Like, make a whole transition where they bring some of the old features into the new older states, the new features into the older states?
So the reason they probably will not add the hero training area to like 125 or older states is because people have spent money on training books. You then basically negate the amount that people spend on something already in the game in their state. Right? Yeah. So what are you going to do to the people that spend money or bios or whatever it was to buy all those extra training books because the rules in their state was to level them up, right? So we're comparing different states at this point, like new state versus old state, but the old states are not really like interacting with other the hero training area. So there's no like competitive advantage or disadvantage for the older states when it comes to that. They're all facing like older states pretty much. So I don't think that they're going to ever implement the hero training area in older states. It's just not. I don't think they could like fiscally feasibly do it without having some repercussions from people that bought the training pack for different heroes.
Gotcha.
That's just my thought.
Leo and Lonely have some good points, and I see King's in there. What's up, King? Haven't seen you in forever. Leo or Lonely said, well spenders should always be rally leads for PvE and PvP. Of course, I think most of us know that because Mako and I especially know that. But it says at least get hero to general, so that unlocks all stats. Same as Headquarter, Plasma 3 Headquarter is good if you're a Dolphin spender, as Plasma 3 unlocks troop plasma skills. I mean, and I think Mako, you're heading to 3-star, right? Or that's your goal. That's what your goal is, though, right?
Oh yeah, I have in 1,077 plasma right now. Just waiting for survival of the fittest, and I'll be a 2-star with the 2-star infantry. So,
as a free to play, that's pretty darn good in 125. I mean, I think so. Plasma 3 versus Plasma 5 is not even close to be a competition. Yes, but he's talking about with playing PvP and PvE with a rally lead that's a Plasma 5-star. I think that's what their conversation's about. So, yeah. Was there any other new things besides there's the new heroes? Was there any new? I know that in the beta they had the T11. But
well,
we didn't.
Something else really quick, Venom.
Yeah.
Just to talk about the hero training area. I don't think we can introduce the hero training area. However, one thing we didn't address, the hero reset is something I think they could introduce to the older states without any problem. I think the hero reset would solve a lot of the issues that you guys are having with like the ability to level up a new hero and all that. Because if you can then start mixing around the XP that you already bought, there's really no impact on what they purchased. You're now given the opportunity to move it around, which is actually a nice thing. So definitely they could introduce the hero reset, but not the training area to give you like the free level.
Do you think they would do that though? I mean, would they do that though, with people spending so much money in the old states on those hero frags? Do you think they would do a reset? I mean, what would be the benefit of it for them?
You could have a...
You're breaking up. I didn't hear it.
When we talk about traps, with trap, we now need, 6 marches potentially, you guys are going to need to have for trap. So you're going to need to have all those heroes. Because are you making it so that they need do you want to have, let's say, 3 marches with all level 80s, or 70, right? 70. 80. 80. So do you want 3 marches with level 80s, or do you want 6 marches with level 74s all the way across, right? And by being able to reset heroes, you now have the option of figuring that out. Versus right now, you're stuck with wherever the XP is. So there's still the incentive to spend money on the XP book. You just have the ability to kind of move things around a little bit and focus them on the newer heroes. Because I don't think their main income is not the XP book.
No, by
right?
far.
Their main income is, it's the frags, right? Frags and cheat gear are probably where they're making most of their money. And now potentially with other stuff, like with the plasma and the higher levels and all that, maybe some more. But mainly it's frags and then gear. So I don't think there's any downside to them actually allowing for the hero reset. It would actually be beneficial, I think, in allowing the new state or the older states to get something that doesn't make them feel like the new heroes are going to be useless because they don't have the XP books to take up higher. So it could be helpful. And sorry if my signal's breaking in and out because I am driving.
It's a little out. Just real quick, Lonely said free to play should mass build T9s. T9s help greatly during SVS. We use them to knock infantry out, and second rally is filled with big hitters. Works every time. I don't think that we've ever used that strategy before.
No, and I've been saying for months now, they need to incorporate the different types of troops because they work differently for different kinds, and nobody ever uses T9s in 125. You look at every single rally for Capital, State for State, for Facility Bunker, those are packed with T10s. Everybody's got T10s. I don't think I've ever seen a T9.
You know, that's true. I mean, that might be a good way for some of our lower, they're not weak members by any means, but like our weaker than delete size members to really do some rally damage that's helpful. Maybe we'll try that in Reservoir League. I wonder if we could. Do we have time to try that, you think? I don't know. We'll see.
I mentioned that in our troops video, by the way, McBedo.
Did you?
I put up the video about troops. Yeah. It's always a good, and in fact, I'll give credit because the idea actually came, we mentioned it on stream. Daedric is the one that mentioned it. That it's usually a good idea to put about 10 to 15 troops, or 10 to 15% of your troops of a kind, of not necessarily a lower tier, but of the other type, right?
Yeah.
So you have the shotguns and the shields. So if you're T10s, I think T10s are the shotguns. So you need the shields, and you put like 10% of them because they have different abilities, and I broke that down in the video as well. But it is a good idea. And the other benefit is also that the lower infantry, for example, focusing on infantry in particular, the lower infantry are the first ones to hit your hospital. So the free-to-play are putting in tier 9, and your top players are putting in T10s, and the T10s are just stronger, right? And I think this is what you guys were just mentioning. Like, you take a hit in a center, your T9s are dropping, like your top people's troops are still there. So it's easy to kind of reinforce it. So the free-to-play having a lower tier is definitely beneficial. I don't think it's a ratio of like 50% or so. I kind of played around with it a little bit, just doing some basic stuff. The thing I tested it on, weirdly enough, is the level 30 infected. So I don't have plasma, but if I don't go in with like tier 10, the level 30 infections are kind of difficult. Even if I go in with like a full tier 10, it depends on the ratio that I have. And I found that my lowest loss against an infected level 30 is when I put in some T9s to go along with my T10s. And it's right around that 10% to 15% of infantry gives my troops the best success against an infected 30. Now, I know that's PvE, and it's a little bit different in PvE or PvP, but it's the same general concept, right? Because they have different functionality that even the zombies will use, and you can maximize it by kind of mixing those up. But all of them do have different effects that are pretty good if you can get them in the right mixture. We just don't have enough opportunity to kind of test what percentage you use them.
Yeah. to get that right percentage mixture. Mako, what were you smiling at? You noticed something?
No, I just had some background noises coming in, but yeah, I know we've always literally only focused on T10s. It was a race to get to T10s, and that's all we've ever seen. But you have to look at that. Like the T9s, you have different skills. Like I think it's they bypass infantry and go straight towards your back dealers. Your back damage dealers is one of the skills for one of the hunters. Either I think that's the snipers, and then the bows deal extra damage to infantry, and then you've got the riders that deal extra damage towards hunters and stuff. It's kind of like that rock paper scissors where you've got to figure out that balance, and unfortunately, we don't. It's always been all right T10s, and I think that if we could incorporate that, it might actually have more people show up for stuff, because we're sitting here with, all right, here's our strong rally. We can't beat this person. It's only 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. Everybody else send a death rally in to weaken them up.
Yeah, I'll just start building my T9 hunters and riders. I actually have a ton of them because I always, even when I started playing, everybody said keep your 2 top tiers, your T9, T10s, and I think it was at the time it was like, your top tier, and then the next level down, make sure that you keep all of those. And so I just always stuck by that. So all of the T9s I built, I've kept, and then just started to add it on the T10. So I have tons of T9s. So maybe we'll try that. Thank you for the tip. He said, Costa said in Survival of the Fittest, upgrading T9 to T10 gives more points, so all big smart players have a small stock of them. Yeah, but we're not talking about the big players. We're talking about us medium level players that might.
Problem with that though is they changed how Survival of the Fittest works. You only get, when upgrading, you only get the points between the 2 levels. So if you upgrade from T6 to T10, you only get the point difference from T6 to T10. You used to get more points for upgrading those, and it used to be more beneficial to upgrade, which is why a lot of did that. But now they changed that, 3 months ago. Now if you actually read it, it says upgrading troops will only gain points, the difference in points from the 2 different tiers.
Gotcha. So that's not as helpful. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm not sure. Sorry, I didn't know what the conclusion was from that, but upgrading tier 9 to tier 10 during those events is still what gets you the most points. Is that the conclusion you guys have?
I can't understand what Finn's saying. What did he say?
Sorry, what I said was, when you're talking about the troop upgrades and the points that you get for those events, upgrading tier 9 to tier 10 is actually what gets you the most points in that event. Is that the conclusion that you guys have?
That's what they're saying. I mean, if you look at it as straight up, it probably does, because you can upgrade more troops than you can.
That's exactly why.
Train.
You have to look at it on a time scale. And
Yeah.
you train, the number of tier 10 that you train versus the amount of tier 9s you can upgrade gives you more points in that time frame than if you just train. So during those events, upgrading a tier 9 to tier 10 is definitely better. The only caveat that I'll put on that, there is that, I can't remember which one it's called. Is it the power up event? It's one of those 2-day events that show up in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you don't read that carefully, you can screw yourself. That event only gives points for training and not upgrading. So there is an event that only gives training points. So be careful on that too. Like, make sure there is the point given for upgrading.
Yeah.
There are events just for training only. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Battle Up Power or something like that.
It's not Power Sprint, because Power Sprint does it on training and upgrading. I don't know which
Power
one.
Sprint. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
No, that does it on
Power
both.
Sprint.
Power Sprint does it
Oh,
on
that one
both.
gives both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of them only gives training, and we just had that in 359. I can't remember what event it was. It was the one we had just before this. There were no points given for upgrades, just for training. So make sure you check out the events too, if that's the reason you're doing it, because there is one event that does not give upgrade points. So just a little caveat on that too.
Gotcha. So Lonely also said that if we use Tyler's third skill boost, it's 15% attack on infantry. So if you use Tyler and then have all first rally joiners send Tyler as captain with all T9s, as long as second rally leader has orange gears and stats at 700%, you'll be good. I bet you would be. Someone asked, Carlson Ponce asked, where's Daedric? Daedric's no more in the bunker. He will drop in when he can, but he has a new work schedule that is at night, so he's not able to attend. But he's with us in thoughts, and we miss him a lot. I still keep up with him on Discord and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right. So what else? What else do we have to talk about other than the trap? Is there anything else going on? I feel like I'm a little bit up to date on what's going on with the new stuff now. Basically, I'm behind, and I got new heroes coming out, and I got to figure out what to do to get the new heroes. And Reservoir League is tomorrow.
2 days. We got it on Sunday.
Reservoir League is Sunday. What's tomorrow? Something's tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, do you even know what's going on?
I don't, Durgan. I don't. I told you I don't.
Jeez.
Do you know what's going on?
I'm not supposed to know what's going on. I think.
Okay. Yamakaze event. What is the Yamakaze event? What is this?
Kamikaze event?
Is this something new, or is it? We need. Oh, okay, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. He's trolling me. Okay. Man, don't scare me like that. Okay, so now we get to the stuff with the trap. So, I don't know anything that's going on. I jumped in for a trap this afternoon that we had started in RSG, and I was completely lost. I saw that we had tons of rallies going on. I've read some of it about it, but I wanted Mako to come in and explain it to Durgan and I, because Durgan and I are both like, what the hell is going on right now? There's like 20 people setting.
Please, I'm always like that.
Well, I know, but I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Finn tried to explain it to me a little bit, but I would prefer to walk through it a little bit more. Mako, do you feel comfortable walking us through it a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Here's trap.
Mm-hmm.
We all used to know it. Okay? You take that ball of trap and you go like this. Everything out the window.
It's all gone.
100% different. It is 100% more fun. It is 100% a catastrophe.
The only thing that's the same is no infantry. Or is that changed too?
I had an entire march of infantry last night because I had so many marches out. I ran out of troops.
And did they do well?
Nope. But that's all I had to send out. So I was like, oh, just send. What do we got in the bank? Just go.
So is there a reason the game even has infantry? Because it seems nobody uses or wants to use it.
We use it in PvP, nonstop infantry. We use it in almost everything but trap. To be honest, infantry is your key troop, I think, other than trap. Trap is the only place that you don't use it. Do you know why you don't use it, Durgan? I think it's helpful when you think about it. Somebody explained it to me. I think it might have been Delete. I can't remember. Delete or Daedric. Think of a trapped zombie cannot attack you. It is like tied up zombie. And so you don't need a defensive troop type when you are fighting a trapped zombie because it can't hit you back. Does that make sense? So infantry really doesn't do anything, or that was the theory, and I don't know how the new one is working. Like I saw some people say the infantry, they're testing infantry still in this trap.
It's still the same. It's less damage. They still do damage. You're just going to do less damage if you send infantry. What we found out last night is your best bet is to send equal hunter, equal riders now instead of just all hunters and some riders or no riders.
I think Finn was saying that too.
A lot of people don't have the troop capacity to send equal amounts every single march. So send what you got. It's literally, if you can join a rally because it's a free for all.
Okay. So the first things first is you can send as many marches as you want, right? You can set one rally, and then you can join as many as you want.
We can start at the beginning. Is you can now open trap 2 different ways. You can reserve a set time, set day, and you hit the button, it'll reserve it. It'll automatically open it at that time you've selected, whether anybody is online or not.
Mm-hmm.
The other way, you can set it to open manually, like what you did before. So one of the R4s, R5s goes in, has to open the trap manually whenever you guys are ready to open it. There's your first change right there. Second change is they changed the level and difficulty of the trap infected. If you look at it, it's six different categories with 5 difficulties per category. Basically, it's 1 through 30. So if you were on level 30 before, you want to do, I think it's category hell level 5. That's level 30. It's got the same HP, same stats as level 30 from before.
Gotcha. So there's simple, common, difficult, crazy, nightmare, and hell.
Nope.
Okay. This is funny. So do you have to get to the next level, do you have to complete all the different difficulties?
That I don't know, because in 125 law, we were already on 30, so...
Finn, do you know how many traps have we done in 359?
Yeah, you have to go by level first, right? So it's ordered in the trap interface. Sorry, let me just closer. You have to go through the trap interface, right? It has the level first and like the difficulty category afterwards. So you have to go to level 1 and then complete 1 by 1 all the way through. Then you do level 2, you complete all the way through. Then you do level 3 all the way through 4 and 5. So you do have to progress all the way up. And level is the first one, and then you have to go through each of the categories.
Okay.
So I can't remember where we are. I think we're at 22. So I think we're level 3 crazy, if I remember correctly.
Level 4. No, we're on level 4 crazy.
Level 4 crazy. There you go.
Okay. So you can go ahead, Mako. The way you open it is you can manually open it,
or you can reserve a time and it'll automatically open itself.
And is this public to everybody when you set a time to, like when you reserve an opening time? Is it public to every member of the?
I'm not sure, because we just opened it manually last night because we were trying to strategize, which fell through in round 1. So I believe
I'm fairly sure it is. I think everyone can see it, but if you're not an R4 or higher, there's like a red text or something that shows up that says like an R4 must initiate or something like that.
But they can see it, so everybody can see the trap time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You used to be able to see the old one too, even if you weren't an R4, right? You could go in and try to open it, but it would tell you that an R4 has to open it or something once you get to that screen. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next spot is the donating the cells.
Yep. So as far as we can see, you do not need to donate 100 cells anymore to open it up. It just is there, and the cooldown is good. However, they do have 6 different levels of what they call buffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you an attack buff, and it goes, you start at level 0, it resets every single trap, and it costs 2,000 cells to get from level 0 to level 5. So if you've got 2,000 cells, you can max it out. You'll open the trap, it'll reset back to 0, you spend another 2,000 cells, it'll be to level 5. And it goes 200 cells gets you to level 1, 300 cells gets you to level 2, 500 to level 3, 500 level 4, 500 level 5, for a total of 2,000 cells.
So why do they call it defense systems when it's about troop attack?
It increases the attack of the alliance. I'm assuming it's like if they put turrets on the trap that lower the defenses of the infected, that it gives you higher attack because its defenses are weaker, is what I'm assuming.
It just doesn't make sense. Why would they call it a defense system when we're actually...
Right.
Okay, so the whole thing about trap before, where you donate cells and the people that aren't there, if we pass the trap, they still get rewards, that doesn't apply anymore. You have to be...
I don't think so.
Oh, so we need to probably test that a little bit. If anybody in stream chat knows about that, like if you're not there and you donated to this defense system, do you still get rewards? So that's my first question about this. Number two, is there like, there's not a limit on how much? Does it set down like, you know how it cools down?
Nope, because Pale Squirrel and Law in 125 donated all 2,000 cells between him and his alt, because we were testing to see if it would max out and what level each one took. That's how I know it's 200, 300, 500, 500, 500.
Yeah.
Because he literally sent all of his freaking cells in there and maxed it out at level 5. And then we were like, oh, it resets. And he's like, I just wasted all my cells. So, yeah, I don't know, because we didn't beat 30 last night. We doubled our damage from the previous trap to last night's trap.
How many were online?
26 at one point.
Wow.
And we ended up with 82 rallies, I believe.
It says, okay. Trap opens with 10 to 15 seconds after R4 or R5 keeps it on reserve. What does that mean? Trap opens within 10 to 15 seconds after an R4 or R5 keeps it on reserve. Is that a bug? I mean, like if you put it on reserve when you're here?
So maybe it waits 15 seconds after your reserve time, so make sure everybody's there.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe that's what he means. Why even reserve and imagine no one being online? Because many are lazy to come online, so next they come on time. King also says you need to be there for rewards. So I'm assuming that they may have tested it. So there's no more, even if you donate to this cell, donate to this defense thing, then you still have to be there for reward. Oh, he says no, that means it's reservable to 20 and opens at 15 seconds.
So yeah, it's 15 seconds after your reserve time.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so then what's the next thing about
Marches.
trap?
So everybody is allowed to lead one rally,
Mm-hmm.
and that one rally that you lead does not count towards your max marches. So if you are, was it VIP 8 gets 6 marches, I think? So if you're VIP 8, you can actually have 7 marches out at one time. You can lead one rally and you can still send out your 6 marches as well.
Gotcha. And you can only do one rally though.
You can only lead one rally, yes, but you can join however many marches you have left.
Durgan, are you listening to this?
Yes, I'm listening.
He's probably playing another game right now, not even paying attention.
I'm listening. Just
okay, because you're gonna have to tell me about this later if I ask questions.
We were all like, okay, I've got my 5 marches out, and so I don't know who found it out last night in law, but they're like, I've got 7 marches out, and I was like, wait, nobody has 7 marches. How are you doing this? And then we found out that your rally that you're leading doesn't count towards that march capacity.
So, yeah, Maz Kanata. Hi, Maz. She just said she ran out of troops before hitting 7 marches. Yeah, on 359, definitely we would be doing that.
you should get Moz on here. That's who you need on here.
I would love to have Maz. I asked Maz if she wants to. She's too shy.
Moz, get on here.
I think she would be fantastic. She's such a good player, and she's a new player too. But she's fantastic at the game, so I think she's going to be great. King said, "Who is the handsome fella?" By the way, that is Mako. Mako is from 125 with Delete and I. He's in law.
Oh wait, King is saying that 7 marches is a bug, so that's probably going to go away then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it might go away. So, still, I mean...
Take advantage of it while it lasts.
Yeah, take advantage while it lasts. Okay, so my question was, when we were in 359 and that little small trap that we were doing the trap this afternoon, or this evening, we were trying to set the rallies and trying to space them a little bit apart because everybody was just setting rallies. My question was, a lot of the rallies weren't full. Is it better to have full hitting rallies versus a lot of little small ones?
That's hard to say because we haven't. I think all 82 of our rallies in law were full.
See,
Like,
yeah, that's.
I think it's just the amount of troops you guys have in 359. Like, in 125, I've got 1.2 million troops. So
Yeah.
like I could send out full 100,000 marches in every single, and it's 7 people fills up one rally.
Yeah.
And 125. So you've got 20 some people, all with 6 marches. I mean, you needed a lot of rallies just to be able to have people send everything out.
Yeah, so that's our question I think that we need to figure out in 359 Lonely actually said, only way I can put it is quality over quantity. And that's kind of where I tend to believe, like when I was watching all these marches or these rallies go off, and like some of them were hitting for like 30K, and then the full marches were actually hitting for, 90, 100K, 110K, and I'm kind of like maybe it's better to still try to limit your rally set so that, especially in these newer states when maybe, or if you're in a smaller alliance that doesn't have as many people online, it might not be a good idea to just set unlimited rallies. But then at the same time you can join, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
the main balance that we have to look at 359 being a newer state, right, is exactly kind of what Mako's talking about. In 125, you guys have the troops, even potentially to send like infantry, right? But ideally, what you need to make sure is that everyone's rallies are including hunters and riders, right? If you're sending infantry, the infantry really aren't doing a lot, and they're taking up a spot. It's a free rally, especially right now with the bug. If the setting one doesn't count, then there's really no problem. But I think ideally, you want to have the rallies limited, where everyone is joining with their strongest troops into the marches of the people with like the best stats, so you have like that combination. And they changed that a little bit too now, but it's still you're still reliant on the stats of what is being set. The heroes and everything have changed a little bit. So ultimately, I think what like 359 is going to need to do, one, depends on how many people are online, right? But I can tell you, at least from my perspective, right, and in 359 in our alliance, I may have one of the higher troop counts. I think the only ones probably higher than me are like Maz and Nero and Zoltan, maybe. My total troop count is just around 500,000, which means that I don't have enough to fill up 5 full marches, let alone 5 full marches with hunters and riders.
yeah,
I increased my number of hunters based on the old trap. So I'm probably in like a ratio of like 2 infantry to 2 hunters to 1 rider overall, because I increased my infantry and my hunter numbers, not my riders. So there is an efficiency thing. It's not necessarily quality versus quantity necessarily, but it is about your efficiency with what you have and what is like equalized over 5 rallies and then spend them. That would just be pointless. Plus, I'll throw in the other part. Your heroes also do matter, although the calculations are different. The heroes are also going to be a part of this. And in a newer state, you might not have people that have a lot of heroes at 3 stars. And so they're not coming in with good stats at all with their base hero. And if they're sending a rally, well, it's not really going to help out very much. So I think it is a balance. I think for us, it's probably around 4 rallies needing to be set, and then everybody else can join. And I think that's enough, because I think most people have about three rallies that they can legitimately efficiently join without gimping themselves. And then with the number of people that we typically have on, now that might change as well. If we increase the number of people that we have on, then we can start adding more rallies. But I think it is a matter of quality based on the stats and everything, and making sure you're getting the most efficient attack. But newer states, definitely different than older states, because you just don't have the troop count in order to maximize like the total number of rallies that you can truly set. If we were to optimize it, we would probably have like 8 rallies at a time staggered out. But that's just not something we can do right now with our state.
yeah. Well, I think what you said is good, to have 4 of our consistently strong setters, like the ones that we would use before, have them set first, and then everybody join those with their good heroes, their good troop numbers, and then they can set up like all the secondary rallies and stuff like that afterwards. Is that kind of what we're gonna do? I think try.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to ultimately try. I mean, we'll still play around with it. There's also and I know we were talking about the cells and stuff too. The cells are pretty expensive on those traps, right? And it depends on your alliance and how it plays out. It is, in my opinion, and this is what I would recommend for us, like in 359, it is not wise for us to always keep spending the cells, right? We are much better off hoarding them until we know we can get that max bonus. We're going to have more people on and then make a push for the next level of traps. If you're wasting it on, let's say, like a level 2 and you only have like 5 people on and there's no way you're going to beat it, well, then you just wasted all the cells that you added. And it's kind of one of those things where people are looking at how many cells they have right now because they just haven't needed it for the longest time. But the acquisition rate is still not like super high. I think in a given week so far, and I'm usually using all my, you know me well enough, I'm using all my stamina, I'm using all my bread, I'm doing all that stuff. I'm typically accumulating just about 80 or so cells in a given week. So 80 cells, I mean, is nice, but it's not a whole lot. If I accumulate over 3-4 weeks and we're like, yeah, now we're making a big push, everyone before trap starts spending, let's push it all the way up, and then we're going to try and nail this for the next level, then that is a better use. So it's one of those things you have to be cautious about too, comparing what you have right now versus your intake, like your income of cells, so that you can balance out. For you guys in 125, it's mainly just prepping for level 30, right? But some people have level 30 done. You have no use for them anymore. Once you have level 30 done, you're just kind of doing it. If you win, lose, whatever, it doesn't matter. So kind of just a caution also, because everyone, and me included, right, I started spending some of my cells when I first saw it, and I didn't pay much attention to it. And then after I spent like 20 of them, I kind of thought about it a little bit. I'm like, I am wasting things on the brand new shiny without efficiently doing it. I probably need to think this out a little bit more. And then I stopped spending and just kind of held. So it's better to save and plan with your alliance and just spend because that option is there for every single trap. Like, make sure you use them efficiently when you can to get your best results and to push through a level.
I like that idea of like saying, okay, this is going to be a cell push trap on Friday. We're going to try to go to the next level or whatever, and everybody use their cells.
Exactly.
I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
But we're a long way from getting anywhere near where we need to not care about the cells. 125, we're right there at it. Mako, do you think this time with the double, you said we did it last night, how close were we to beating 30?
Let me pull up our results, because I see a lot of people in chat giving a bunch of different strategies that they would implore us to use.
Yeah.
We did a free-for-all. Everybody took their top march, and that was their rally leading. That was their rally march, and then everybody just joined everything else what they could.
Just for fun.
So we did, let's see. Alliance. Let me scroll through my 87 freaking rallies. So the old trap system, we had 31 rallies and did 2.789 million damage. Okay. Last night's trap with the new system, 82 rallies and 6.2 million damage.
82 rallies.
So I mean, I get what like King and I think is it Leo in chat that's saying that?
Leo and
that
Lovely.
You want to have your strongest guys set their rallies. Our strongest guys don't participate in trap. They're maxed on hero gear. They want everybody else to get the max rewards. If they join, they're automatically going to get first. They're going to take all those gear parts they don't really need. So they don't really join. So our strategy last night was just everybody make your starting march, make your rally, join with whatever you have after that. And like I said, we did over double damage. That's what our strategy was last night. And we've got a battle going on in 125 right now between two different trap zones because we've got so many people from all across the world. We average about 30 people at one trap time. We average about 25 at the other trap time. So we don't have a full alliance going on, but
So Lonely had another idea. He said to have the leaders, the big guys, lead a rally, and they can just send 1K troops. At least lead a couple, which might be a good idea. We might need to, we might play around with that. I think the thing with law right now in 125, we're just, any fun that we can have where we can have it, we'll do it. Just because after you get to a certain state age, things get a little bit...
We also have a lot of competitive people. The problem we were having with the old trap design is we had people skipping rallies just to join the strong players rallies so they could get more points and they can get better rewards.
Yeah.
So everybody sending out max marches kind of evens the playing field because, I mean, it was so hectic last night. I was on my own rally trying to join it with another march. That's how hectic it got. So hectic last night. I was just scrolling through the rallies trying to find an open one, and I clicked on it and I said join. It wouldn't let me join, so I joined again. And I realized, hey, I'm leading this rally. I can't join it with my other march. I did that at least twice last night. It was so chaotic, but it was so much fun. That was probably the most fun trap I've ever had.
Everybody's like, I boot those players. I tell them to fill the rallies or boot them. Agree. We went through the whole thing where we always would threaten to boot if you skip rallies, and then everybody would straighten up and not do that, and then it would kind of slowly regress. Honestly, Nikki, there's nothing that would make Nikki more happy than to boot a bunch of people that don't listen during the trap. So
if there was a boot button on the rally screen, she would use it.
Oh,
She'd go, oh, you skipped a rally, boot.
Oh yeah, she'd boot Durgan in a second too. In 359 if she could.
Look, I've been booted by you. It's, so exactly.
Mako, they said that there's an easy way to join rallies. There's a trick. You click in alley chat for joining.
Good.
Our alley chat is really active though. It just like everything just scrolls up so fast. Like there's constantly people talking in it. So that does work too. I'm from state 10, Scorn State, so yeah, things get old, so this trap change was refreshing. Yeah. So 137, let's see. What am I thinking? 1 through 37. I thought it was 1 through 37 is having. And when somebody was saying the Kamikaze event with the T11.
The Dr. Kamikaze event.
Go ahead, Finn.
Yeah. Before we do that, do you want to give out the second code?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So the second code is tequila. And that one actually was another Nikki one. I think it was Nikki, wasn't it? Who was talking about the tequila last time?
I think so. Yeah, we were talking about tequila.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
Yeah, we were.
Mm-hmm.
So tequila is your second gift code. First one was 20K. Second one is tequila. Again, please do not put these out in your chats, your Discords, into your Alliance chat. This is only for the stream players, the stream members. All of you that are watching, these are your gift codes. Please don't post them out until after the stream is over. After the stream's over and everybody's gotten theirs, you can post it wherever you want, and first come, first serve. But there's limited numbers, so we're trying to keep it so that you guys actually get the rewards. Because the minute it goes to Discord, all of them are used up like that. That quick. So there's been times when we haven't even gotten to use them ourselves. So please keep them here. Okay, so yeah, they said the Kamikaze. Is it Yamakase event?
It's the Dr. Yamakase event is what I was reading. It's the doctor from the storyline in the game.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
It sounds like from in the chat, it's literally a plasma event, which is awesome.
Yeah. So it gives you plasma? That is awesome if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll back in chat, see if I can find it. Somebody said it was like a plasma gathering event.
Yeah. King, I'm going to tell you what, if you share those, I would be so mad at you. I'm not kidding. You're going to get in trouble.
Ooh, in trouble.
Yeah, he will get in trouble. Yeah, I'm curious about this if it gives out plasma. If you guys that are in it's 1 through 36 or state 1 through 37, they have the T11 troops and they have the Yamakaze event. So I am curious to see if that's going to be released to everybody, like what the timeline for that is and what rewards you get for that. Because if that's for plasma or if it's only for T11 stuff. Yeah, you get plasma cords for new research lab starters. Okay, from Yamakaze event. So, is there I don't even know if there's a special plasma for research lab or is it just the general plasma? It's just the general plasma that we use for all of our upgrades, right? So, that's good. Free plasma, but very greedy. Yeah, I know it still takes a lot of plasma. Did they do for you guys that are in the earlier ones? Did they do a cheaper? Is it a lot cheaper now to do the research plasma, or is it still pretty pricey? Because I know that was going to be a change, and I meant to follow up on that to figure it out. Finn, did you ever find that out? If that price changed?
Sorry, I missed the question. Were you asking what is the best thing in the plasma lab?
No. Remember how expensive when they first were talking about releasing the T11s and the plasma?
Yeah.
The research lab, and how expensive it was, and then they were going to rework it, and they reworked it. I'm just wondering if it has dropped down in price a lot, or if it's still pretty darn expensive.
I did not get a chance in the beta to take a look at that, so I'm not sure. Like I said, I had an hour in the beta, so I didn't really get a chance to explore too much, unfortunately.
We'll be learning about that as it comes out. It's pretty big research. It's a long way to go, so I'm in no rush. It depends. Most I've seen is 33 for each 5 upgrades. Oh, just 33? That's not bad. Am I reading this wrong? 33 is not bad at all.
I know King's saying he wants him to get more than just 5 plasma though, so I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it varies. King says it's cheaper, but it's still pretty costly for the new plasma upgrades.
Oh. For 1 node. See, I guess I need to look at this because it's pretty expensive. Because that's why I was 33 per upgrade. That's nothing. Come on.
100K per bunch. Oofda.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 100K per bunch. What the heck? Yeah, so I'll never have that.
I'm not even gonna build the building.
Mm-mm. I mean, what's the point? Takes up a bunch of dead space. I'll pretty much just have a pit where my foundation was supposed to go. All right, guys. Anything else we need to discuss? Is there anything else in this update and the new events and stuff like that, and the new heroes, the new trap that you guys are curious about, or any things that you dislike, extremely dislike?
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
No, you can't.
Durgan said no.
Durgan's not the boss of this stream. He's just the pretty voice. He's
I'm
just the pretty voice and pretty face.
I'm like the support character that nobody wants. I'm just kind of okay, I'll have no here.
So, it's actually something that Mako was just talking about, and I was thinking the same thing. From the war screen, I wish there was an easier way for us to know whether a rally is full, or at least see the amount of space left in a rally before having to click into it. Especially with this new trap, it becomes a pain in the butt to try and find rallies. So they need to do something directly on the war tab from the Alliance page, where you see all the rallies. where maybe like in the portrait of whoever you're attacking, it shows what the rally size is and how many people are in there, or something in order to make it easier to figure out what rallies actually have spots open without having to click into it, because that's a change that I think would be hopefully fairly easy to do and needs to be done with the new setup for traps.
I was trying to look at what you were talking about. Talking about the rally.
So when
so you know when you set up a rally, right?
Yeah.
It shows up in that war screen. But the only thing you see in that war screen is the target, and then you see the portraits of all of the people.
Oh, yeah.
You get no stats.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to click into it in order to see what the rally size is, how many troops are there, and then if you can join. Because then otherwise, that's the screen you see the grayed out join box.
Mm-hmm.
If the join box was maybe on that war screen directly, or if they put like the person's rally size and how many troops are already in the rally, like on that main screen, you don't have to click into each rally to see whether or not there's space for you, right? You see it on the main screen. You can just be like, scroll through. Oh, this one has a spot. Click into it, join, you're done.
I think
But
they
right now,
don't they
there's, like,
have that? You mean it says how many troops you can have in each full one before you have to click into it?
Once you click into it, right? But if you have 20 rallies going at the same time, the only way to know which rallies are available and not available are to click into each one and see whether or not the join box is grayed out.
Oh,
Or
I
just
see what you're
like
talking
there's-
about. Like what I just did. You see all these rallies going. You actually do have to click into it to see the amount of troops that are
Exactly.
in it. Oh, I see
You
what
only
you're talking
see the
about.
portrait, and you can guess based on like this one has a lot of people, so maybe it's full, but there's no
Mhm.
actual numbers, nothing. So it would be nice to have at least one of those two things, either the join button grayed out or not grayed out on that main screen, or at least the numbers available in that rally listed there, so that it's easy for everyone to tell which rallies are and are not available. So that's
That
a
makes
suggestion
sense.
now with the new trap and the new setup that we would have that would make life easier for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And along with that problem, you have the trying to join it and somebody joins it while you're in there, so it's a waste of time anyways. But I know they were saying that you can get into it right through the Allied chat, but if everybody's clicking on the Allied chat, our rallies filled up with like in 2 seconds last night in the trap. So the only way to get into a rally was to scroll down 12 rallies down and find one that had one person in it and join it.
I'm trying to follow up on any questions or comments here. Do you think for the Christmas event it'll be reindeer Santa or snowman decor?
I think it's got to be reindeer, because didn't they have a snow globe for
They had
Christmas
snow
last
globe.
year?
But the wasn't the March a Santa?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, so that would be funny to have reindeer. It'd be funny to have like a little snowman just kind of like hobbling across, little Olaf dancing through. Finn, he said that you will have more UI changes and gives us more lag, Finn. It requires more changes and gives us more lag, Finn. I guess he was talking about what you were talking about. He says if my math is right, okay, he's talking about the plasma. Lonely says if my math is right, it takes 7,566 plasma for all upgrades for all 3 troops. I mean, that's a lot better than 100K.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of don't. It does seem a lot cheaper. I kind of don't mind that, considering how much it costs already. Like, it's not like a huge jump. I mean, it's higher, but it's not like ridiculously like overpriced from what it already is. I think it's just in general, it's an expensive thing. For even the 5 stars, I think are kind of pricey. You know, what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
anything's cheaper than what they were saying in the PTR server. I mean, that was just ridiculous. That Delete was saying like he had all those building speed ups he's been accruing, and it still wouldn't touch it. So it's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, 7,600 plasma. It's taken me a little over a month to get the 1,100 that I have now right now. So
Yeah. Leo said you can click on the chat when the rally is launched from pop-up. It's pretty easy. And another way to join rally is from inside the settlement, then go to Alliance tab, War tab. I think
that's how I do it.
That's how I do it. Yeah. I think that's what we were talking about is in the War tab in Alliance is like not being able to see the amounts and stuff. He said, I think in test server I heard people saying it would cost 40K plasma.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So to offset that, they made it longer to research it. So they went from 40K to 7K, but with a lot longer time. So you have to use speed ups. I mean, that kind of makes sense, though. They have to offset the cost of what they had figured they wanted to try to make off of this. So they have to try to offset that income. So that makes sense. But speed ups are easier to get in the game, so I think that's not a bad trade off, to be honest. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else, Finn? Is there anything else that you can think of that you would like to go over during this event? Or the new update, I mean?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I am pooped from this week. I'm so tired. And a little bit of an update. So next week, Finn's gonna be doing the stream himself. I'm gonna put the third code up while we're doing this. Let me do this. Studio. There we go. Third code is Invisinerd. And I don't know if you guys know who Invisinerd is. He's another YouTube streamer, content creator. He's one of the content creators. I'm technically what's called a brand ambassador for State of Survival, content creator. And Invisinerd is another one. And he makes occasionally some SOS material, some content for SOS, but he does a lot of other games as well. Just a really nice guy. He's always been supportive, always pops into the stream, shows his support. Just really nice. And he was actually in the last stream giving some insight. So it's Invisinerd.
I don't think I've ever seen Invisinerd.
Really? He's actually a really nice guy. I need to probably put his...
Damn it, Durgan, don't do that to McVenom on the stream. Awful.
Oh.
He did not get it. He did not see an Invisinerd.
Invisible nerd. Invisinerd. I get it now. Durgan.
He Durganed you. He
did Durgan me. He's always Durgan.
I've been around Durgan too long that I just catch those now all the time.
He does it to me all the time. You guys, we stream on Tuesday nights. We stream a game called Don't Starve Together on Twitch with Durgan and Finn and I. And Durgan is constantly, he's like just needling me the whole time.
That's a tough job if somebody has to.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, third code is Invisinerd. So if you guys didn't catch the first two codes, the first one is 20K, second one is Tequila, and the third is Invisinerd. I'm not even sure what they gave, to be honest. I was just making sure. Oh, they each gave 1,000 bio caps and 12 5-minute speed ups. So that's actually, it's quite the little haul there from just the stream. So you guys get your codes after we close out. That's
Oh, McVenom.
Yeah.
I did come across something. I'm assuming it's related to the update. So I'll figure I'll mention it. What's the newest character's name? What's her name? Wu? What's her name?
King?
King.
Yeah. Yeah. She was previously, I was only able to get her in the epic searches right? I used all of my maps to kind of test it out, and was only able to get her in the epic searches. She did show up in an advanced map for me earlier today.
Did
so
she?
She might have been available now in advanced maps as well. So something to keep an eye out if you guys are looking to farm her, because I think she's going to be a good character. She should be available now, or sorry, a good epic character. She should be available from advanced searches because I pulled a shard of her.
Well,
or a
I'm
frag of her
pissed
earlier today.
because I unloaded a bunch of them not too long ago trying to get her, and nothing came out of it.
Same thing. Yep, me, same thing. I last week or something used all of my advanced searches and used all of my epics. I only got her in epic, and so I thought that's where only spot she was, but she showed up in advanced earlier today for me, so there you go.
Well, that's good. Okay, well, that's it for tonight, guys. I'm pooped. I'm tired from this week. We've got a big weekend coming up. We are practicing on our trap tomorrow, and then Sunday is Reservoir League.
Mm-hmm.
Mako, you're gonna have to remind me. Me and Durgan are gonna try our best to Durgan's gonna be on VC with us while we do our Reservoir raid, because Durgan has never been in one. He's never shown up to one because he's just like, I don't know what to do, and it just seems too chaotic. Durgan is like this the surfer guy that just shows up to stuff and is like, what do I do? So we're gonna be walking him through that on the Reservoir raid, so that'll be fun. But Finn is gonna be doing the stream next week. We'll see about the following week. I'll be honest, guys, December is like my busiest month ever with kids, with work, I have a second business that's another whole thing, and so it is just a busy month for me. So we're gonna see if I can do it. If I can't, Finn's gonna kind of step in, but definitely we'll be back in January if I can't get to the end of December.
It's Finn takeover month.
It is. Finn is become quite the popular streamer. If you guys haven't, I wanted to give a quick shout out. Finn's starting to put out content for State of Survival. I'm getting tired. You can hear in my mouth. I can't even form words anymore. But he's starting to put out content. He's got a wonderful troop guide. Finn, can you put the link to it in the stream? You're driving. You can't. I will put it in.
Yeah, just use your knees. Just balance with your knees and just
Yeah,
very slowly.
I was going to say, normally I would say yes, but in this scenario, no, I am unable to
forgot.
right now.
Shh, I forgot that you were driving. You guys look for Finn, and you put it under. Did you put it under your RSG? Was it under RSG or under Affinity?
No, it's an RSG.
Okay, so just looking at RSG under the tabs for State of Survival, you're gonna see Finn's soldier guide, his troop guide. Oh my gosh, I gotta sign off. I'm so tired. But you guys, I appreciate you joining. Mako, thank you so much. Was there anything you wanted to leave before we go?
Not much. If you haven't done trap, do it. It's fun. It is very fun.
I like it. I think it's a cool change. I saw a bunch of people in Discord ranting and being really upset about the new trap, but I thought it was a fun change.
It's a trap.
It is. It's probably up there with top 2 events now again. It's insanely fun. It's a full-time job though. You can't do anything else while you're doing trap the way we did it last night. So
I bet
it's a full 30 minutes of pressing and joining rallies.
Maybe Durgan, do you think this will make you want to do trap more? He says that traps are boring because it's so regimented and how you have to join and waiting the 5 minutes or 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Doing the new one, was it yesterday? Or was it 2 days ago? Yeah, it was a lot more. I guess you can do more now. So it was a lot of yelling and sending the right stuff and stuff like that. So it was entertaining. So
Most
of my problem is I just forget. I get distracted by something. It's like, oh, hey, trap guys, and an hour later, it's like, oh, I completely forgot.
I told you, surfer dude. Hey, bruh, trap. Are we doing trap, bruh? Okay, well, we'll see. But thank you, Mako, for joining. I appreciate you so much. I was completely lost. I'm so out of touch, and so you filled me in quite a bit. So did Finity. Thank you so much, Finn, for joining us while on your car ride home.
No problem.
Thank you.
I'm always here to support the lovely McDenon.
I'll always take your support.
Well, you support me in other ways, Jurgen, but we don't talk about that on the show.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I don't want to hear about your support.
don't be jealous. That's not good.
Thank you, Jurgen, for being my my silver-tongued humorist there.
Look,
Jurgen
I'm
does-
always here to support tits. That's anytime I need to support tits. I can do that for you.
You just like to say that. That's all you do. You just like to say my name all the time.
Isn't that your name? I mean,
Yeah. I appreciate all you guys, everyone that's in chat. You guys have a great night. And thank you for joining the bunker. Happy hunting.
Rock on, Alan. We miss you.